I'm building a 1/12 scale model dollhouse, and this isn't your typical dollhouse for two reasons. The first reason is because this dollhouse is based on the plans of a real house. I'm building a 1/12 scale model of a Sears Kit House. Sears Kit House model number 107. Between 1902 and 1942, Sears Roebuck was selling kits containing 30,000 pieces to build a house, which the customer would assemble themselves. It was said the houses could be assembled in just 3 months, about the same length of time it takes me to assemble an IKEA bookshelf. Most dollhouses are designed almost like a bookcase, and each shelf represents a floor in the house. And the bookcase shelf itself is divided into compartments which would represent the rooms, like this typical dollhouse. Let's compare it to a bookcase. Dollhouses date back hundreds of years, like this one in the Van Loon Museum in Amsterdam, which dates back to 1676. I recently visited the Van Loon Museum located in the Canal District of Amsterdam. This beautiful building was built in 1672 and was once a private residence. The museum is not only home to such famous paintings like Rembrandt's Night Watch, The Milkmaid by Vermeer, or Van Gogh's self-portrait, but it is also home of several antique dollhouses. This is one of the dollhouses on display, built in a cabinet. When the doors are closed, this cabinet is relatively unassuming in appearance. This increases the surprise of its lavish interior with engraved mirrors. Various objects in this dollhouse were marked with the year 1676, which was probably the year it was largely completed. The dollhouse's rooms included a peat loft, a linen room, a nursery, a lying room, a reception room, a cellar, a kitchen, and a living room. These old dollhouses give us a glimpse of what life might have been like in Europe almost 400 years ago. If you want to see pictures of the rooms within these dollhouses, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss my future videos. The first way that the 1/12 scale dollhouse I'm building is different from traditional dollhouses is that it's not a cabinet style floor plan. It's not like a bookcase. It is based on a real floor plan from a real house. If you look at these floor plans, you'll notice that the rooms are side by side. They're not linear like they are in a cupboard style or bookcase style dollhouse. This poses some challenges because you can't see into every room in the house. It's kind of like a Rubik's Cube. You can only see one side of the cube at a time. Most dollhouses are built of plywood, cardboard, plastic, or even tin. I'm building this dollhouse the same way the Sears Kit House would have actually been built. This is the second way that this dollhouse is different from most dollhouses. It's being built like a real house, but only on a much smaller scale. Let's have a closer look. This particular house was a small 500 square foot cottage that companies and mines would have provided to their employees. It wouldn't necessarily have had a concrete foundation and could have been built up on concrete blocks. Here's the frame, or what will become the floor of the house. I attached the 3 floor assemblies together. The red line is the perimeter of the house. This is where the front and back porches will be located. Here's a picture of the house, and I've shaded in the red porches. The living room, or parlor as they would have called it in those days, is located here. And the kitchen goes here, and a bedroom. The bedroom will have a closet. And finally, the pantry. I'll pop a link in the description to the video I made about pantries in these old houses. Go check it out after this video. Finally, because this house is being built up on blocks, it needs some steps. I made these wooden blocks to look like concrete. I used popsicle sticks for the subfloor of the house. I had to cut up hundreds of popsicle sticks for this job. I'll put a link at the end of the video showing you how I did this. They would nail the floorboards at a 45-degree angle to add strength to the house. Rather than using solid pieces of plywood for the walls and conventional building techniques for a dollhouse, I'm constructing the walls similar to the way a real Sears Kit House would have actually been built. Sears were pioneers when it came to building houses. Their houses were built using what was called balloon framing, similar to the construction method we use in our modern houses today. I'm using the same method for assembling the walls to the dollhouse. I purchased some 1/12 scale windows and doors off the internet for the house. I think they look pretty good. They look pretty close to the doors and windows that would have actually been used in a Sears Kit House around the 1910s. I pre-cut a bunch of 2x4s to build my walls. I have a video showing how I was able to cut these boards quickly and easily. Like and subscribe so you don't miss any tips and tricks you can use for your own miniature builds. When you're building the walls, make sure you lay the windows and doors in the openings to make sure you get the exact size opening. Use a square and measure carefully. Remember, when you're building miniatures, 1 inch equals 1 foot. So if you're out on your measurements, even just by a tiny bit, it really is amplified in your model. And there you have it. The 1/12 scale dollhouse is starting to take shape. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. As a new YouTuber, it really makes my day knowing someone actually liked one of my videos. Maybe even subscribe to my channel. I think that'd be awesome. Why don't you check out this video while you're here? We'll see you in the next video.